Welcome to Setup Nightmares episode number 13. If you're on this show, well, you done fucked because you meant to be on Pimp My Setup, but here you are about to get roasted by yours truly. By the way, we always get comments with people telling me to stop making fun of poor people and young people, and all of the setups you're seeing today can be fixed for $0. These are just nasty fucking people. All right, so let's hop into my inbox and see what we have waiting here. And oh, by the way, I'm not wearing my glasses like I usually am, and no, I didn't get contacts. I actually can't see shit right now. But anyways, to take a look at these emails, I think it's only fair that we start from the bottom like Drake would, you know, started from the bottom now. Yeah. So the subject of this guy's email literally says, "You can't say my name right." But then I open his email and it literally says how to pronounce his name. That's like making students study for a test just to have the teacher say, "It's just a prank, bro. It's an open book." He goes on to say that about 60% of his stuff was repaired and salvaged from dumpsters. Oh, and fun fact, about 70% of his food also comes from the same dumpsters. Ah, yes. It all makes sense now. Your setup is a dumpster. You know, there's a quote that I love so much, and it really is so powerful. It's something like, "You can find beauty in heaping piles of dog turds," and that just really makes sense with this setup. That quote applies directly to the flowers because I'm pretty sure that's the only thing you take care of in this setup, and that's saying a lot. Because they're fake. You just got roasted. I don't know what's worse, being a drug dealer or a cable dealer. I imagine it being 1 a.m. in the morning and just having some random dude knock on your window. Yo, what's up, man?
Yo, dude. Yo, you got an HDMI cord by any chance?
Yeah.
Yo, how much?
$20, 6 feet, man.
6 feet? That's a
6 feet.
steal.
Yeah.
Yo, hand it over.
Okay, cool. But anyways, let's play a game. Let's count how many screens this dude has. Ready? All right, go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, we get the idea.
6, 7.
Okay, yeah, we get the idea. I mean, this guy has so many goddamn screens, and most of them don't even turn on. That's why you don't get shit from the dumpster. Heading back into the inbox, let's take a look at the next setup submitted by 13-year-old Jonathan. God almighty. Okay, well, you know, we always got to get the backstory, so let's read the email. Oh my God, I'm a Yep. Okay, can we cut this one? Okay, I'm getting the okay. We're going to skip this setup altogether. Okay, back into the inbox already. Next setup submitted by Graham. He says, "I enjoy your content and think that my setup would be able to make it onto an episode of Pimp My Setup." It didn't. He said also in parentheses, "If you are willing to forgive me for my atrocious cable management." Bro, honestly, it looks like every cable under your desk isn't even plugged in. Just pull it out of your setup and it's fixed. Is that really that hard? But yeah, I mean, really the setup isn't that bad. The thing that really made me have nightmares, get it, setup nightmares, was thinking that you actually sit on the goddamn dog pillow. Not only is sitting on a dog pillow the weirdest thing ever, but you have the dog's head set up so that when you sit down, it's literally in between your crotch. And if that wasn't bad enough, you have stains. How do you get the stains there? Man? God, I just feel so bad for that dog. Some manufacturer in China made that with hopes of a little kid snuggling with it at night, and now it's being Finally, this next setup has the subject line, "My disaster setup." And you know what that means, boys. I am going to roast the living shit out of this setup. Okay, first things first, he said I can feel free to roast. You goddamn right, Sam. I'm gonna roast the shit out of you, man. I mean, he just invited himself into probably the worst thing he's ever gonna encounter in his whole entire goddamn life. So just from reading the email, without even looking at his setup, I could kind of tell Sam's a little bitch. I'm seeing that he's got specs like quad Mountain Dew bottles and stuff like that. Yeah, it's not funny, okay? So let's just take a look at the setup. It better be good, okay? You know, at first glance, I'm not really seeing anything other than 2 little bottles in the corner and obviously just a garbage setup, but let's look at the next photo. There it is, right behind his laptop. My dude thinks his goddamn desk is a fridge. This setup is just stupid, all right? It's almost as stupid as the Minecraft sticker on your laptop. Boom! Roasted! And also, damn, okay. I really don't have much else to roast you on. I mean, your setup's really just shitty. But I just did all that hype for nothing, man. You, Sam. Final setup of the day submitted by MrDark Photographers. This guy's really sketchy, right? Because he didn't see anything at all in his email, literally nothing. But the subject is the photo, comma, setup, comma. I do see he has a profile picture And that's also just as sketchy as his email. Honestly, this setup is pretty believable. Most submissions we get on the show are obviously staged and overdone, but this one actually seems really legit. He has a ton of keyboards and mice and microphones and speakers and monitors. Oh my. But it also looks like he has a place to cook meth. Nice. It's just a really interesting photo to look at. And the craziest part is something that you probably didn't even realize. We can actually see him taking the photo on this little screen over there with the security cameras. This setup is super easy to fix though. I mean, definitely get yourself some LEDs, posters, pop vinyls, and personally, I would find a new place to cook some meth, and that's the exact reason why I have another shed specific for cooking meth. If you're interested in seeing a tour of my other shed where I cook meth, leave a like on this video. But yeah. On a real note, guys, this setup fucking blows. Thanks for watching. That's the end of this episode. I'll see you next time.